heard from Samuel?
Hello, stranger. Couldn't help but overhear. There's some kind of problem?
We're not sure. Our friend, Samuel's missing.
A homesteader?
It used to be. Before he decided he'd rather live by himself. No great loss, if you ask me.
He likes catching his own food. Says it keeps him closer to nature or something like that. And then he gives the furs and leftover meat to the camp. Never takes anything in return.
I don't get it. Sounds like he knows how to take care of himself.
Last week, he was down here hollering about running into a bunch of sentinels on his land. They said they carried away a couple of deer he caught, smashed up his traps, and then... this week, nothing. Samuel's always had a temper, but in this place, these days, you say the wrong thing to the wrong person, well, you know.
Yeah, I know. Hey, where are his usual stomping grounds?
He's typically around to the southeast of Garden Mangrove, northeastern part of Gaiaron.
I'll see if I can find him. Thanks. Thanks for your help.
Nomad? How are you?
Missing the comforts of home. Otherwise, not bad.
Don't let those comforts control you. Listen, I've been tied up with some personal business, so I was hoping you would do me a favor.
Sure. What's up?
Rumor has it some old dog tags turned up just west of Howard Port. The fellow who discovered them said he found them on a skeleton out in the woods by a bombed-out old Jeep. He didn't want to disturb the remains out of respect. Thing is, I think they belong to a Cold War buddy of mine. Cal was a good soldier and an even better friend. He saved my life half a dozen times. Sad we lost touch over the years and... well, I'd just really like to know what happened.
I get it. We've both buried our share of friends. I'll check it out.
I suggest searching just north of Grove's Pond. Shouldn't be too tough to find. It's near Gordon's Slough over in the Sinking Country province.
I'm on it. Mads, Fox got some video footage from inside Skeltec.
Who's sending him videos?
He's cagey about that. But the footage was of Trey Stone and his captains. He ordered him to come after the homesteaders.
You're nothing but good news, ain't you? What have we ever done to Stone and his goons? Remember how I asked you to lend a hand? I was serious about that. Seems more important than ever. Come by often, always work to be done. I ain't a rich man, but I'll give you gear for your troubles.
I will. Don't worry.
We have a situation, Nomad. Sentinel put up roadblocks around...
Keeping separated might...
I've seen this before. You squeeze people till they're so desperate they do...
Yeah, with Sentinel...
I have a feeling in my gut that this is the beginning.
For what it's worth, I have...
The farmers caught out there. They have medicine.
So it's not just people.
Before the radio cut, the driver, Kyle, Maria's brother...
I'll take care of it, Mads. So how are you faring with the blockades?
Marijuana stuffed with more people than it was ever meant to hold. With the farms gone, we need to smoke.
Pretty calm day.
I was hoping you could take care of something for me.
What's that?
I need to make sure...
Roadblocks. Don't worry, those are just for the bee swarms. Look, I might be able to get into a Sentinel server. See if they have...
That would take a weight off my mind, thanks. Don't think this means I'm in...
Just saying, we're on the...
Yeah, save the elevator pitch.
Lucky you found this place.
Rowan Brown knew about this place for a while.
It's pretty damp, though.
It's still a work in progress, all right? We've managed to stay under the radar so far. With all of you, our people, a bunch of Skeltech employees. I don't think you've got room to complain.
Hey, I'm not complaining. This place is great. You take care of your people like a good NCO.
They're their own people. We've no leaders here.
Probably what Uncle Sam saw in you, I'd bet. Where'd you serve?
26 Expeditionary. I was infantry in Liberia and the Balk.
The NCO pension didn't suit you?
I got tired of fighting over oil. So when the good old US of A stopped pretending we had any other purpose, so did I. Served out the rest of my enlistment and decided to stay.
If I was you, I would have left the island when Skeltech moved in.
Skell wasn't so bad at the start.
Until he made killer drones and turned the island.
Obviously.
Yeah,
Yep.
You heard what happened?
I liked Fox.
Maybe you can check in on Jace.
I think Erewhon seems to have done him some good. Any man who keeps his head after losing a friend like that deserves a chance.
Too bad about Fox.
I had my doubts about him at first. I wondered how Fox could have had a kid with as much spirit as Harmony. Just figured it must have been her mother.
I guess Maria will look after Harmony.
Of course. Fox may not have had any of your skill, but he stood up for what he cared about.
That's all a person can hope to do. Weird having the woman from all those propaganda videos walking around.
I don't trust her.
She worked an angle and failed. She needs us if she wants to survive.
And what does she really do? Send a few videos?
You make it sound easy.
If she could end all this by handing any of us over to Stone, what choice do you think she'd make? 'Cause me? I don't know.
I'm sorry about those folks who died trying to make it to the Wasp.
Appreciate you saying so, I guess. I ain't left Aroa since I decided to stay. Most of us are homesteading here. We made a point of cutting ourselves off from everything.
Small price to pay for paradise.
Once. But now we can't leave.
So you pay a higher price to take it back.
Maybe. But these people aren't warriors. Whatever survived, I get the feeling it wouldn't be the same. Aroa'd be ruined. Just another place where people died.
A lot of new faces around.
Yours included.
It's good of you. Sharing your food, patching us up, and, giving us a place to rest. I know it must be a strain.
Something on your mind?
I'm wondering... how long is this place gonna be a secret?
You think I haven't thought of that? Or what happens if one of these victims turns out to be a Sentinel soldier? I owe my people. I know that. I'll do whatever I have to protect them, first, last, and only if it comes to that.
I get it. But first you have to survive. How come you didn't mention the outcasts before?
Outcasts. They're just disgruntled Skeltech folks, having an attack of conscience. They mostly just make noise, loud protests and theatrics.
Haven't you got an enemy in common?
Whatever Skell does to the rest of the world's got nothing to do with us. And if the outcasts have something they want to atone for, that's their business. We were here before all of them, and we'll be here after.
Looks like the outcasts are just stupid protest kids with too much high explosive.
What are you talking about?
They never meant to kill anyone.
Is that supposed to be an excuse?
No, but they're trying. Grow up, I guess.
They need to do a lot of that.
They've got people everywhere. You've got people here. We need them. They'll get better.
I hope so.
It'd be a pretty island, without all the military contractors and killer drones.
Used to be. I'd get some leave and just walk. I'd spend whole weeks just walking around with a pack on my shoulder.
Yeah, I'm probably getting my share of sightseeing.
These islands have changed hands so much, it's like a time capsule. I keep telling myself, one day, I'll get back out there, just see it all again before I'm too old to make the trip. Then again, who knows how far I'd get now.
So what happened here?
What didn't happen? Skeltech. It's utopia. This place was paradise, but
Come on, digging in the dirt, worrying if you're gonna have a good crop, weathering hurricanes without any infrastructure. That's paradise?
it was ours. It meant something.
People always bring the devil with them.
Those people out there, they brought a few extra and they can have them.
So you've got your people, but screw the rest of them.
I got enough people to think about.
Is living in a cave your idea of homesteading?
With Sentinel stomping through wasn't always like this, you know. Used to be better.
Yeah?
Sure. Even with Skell and everything. Won't say it was like we were swapping recipes and PTA carpooling, but we got along. There was respect.
Got bad, huh?
Started with the curfews and checkpoints. Sentinel soldiers beaten.
And the tighter Sentinel's grip.
We're simple people. But we're living like vermin, and these soldiers...
I've seen this before.
I'm sure you have.
Between Stone Walker and Paula Madeira, Jay Skell doesn't seem that good at keeping friends.
Nope.
I guess a rich guy like that, a big tech boss, everybody must be wanting something from him.
Maybe. But if folks keep turning on...
No, he got...
Dr. Madeira seems to feel like...
She's an engineer.
Does that mean she's wrong?
I guess not. You heard. Jay Skell's been bleeding cash trying to cure the disease that Paul...
I don't get why that's a big...
Nobody's tried to cure it before because not enough people have it. Jace could spend millions on a cure and...
Well, I guess he never did seem like a money-grubbing Scrooge.
I'll tell you, AI is running too much out there.
When people started putting it all over their homes, that Internet of Things crap, that's when all doubt about homesteading left my mind.
We're only 2 steps away from letting AI make all the big decisions.
Who do you think is making all them micro trades that move the stock market up and down? Who do you think decides if you get that home loan? Who analyzes all the population data that decides government policy?
You've thought about...
Maybe you should think about it more. How much AI are you carrying onto the battlefield?
You expect a lot more of your people will find their way here?
There's plenty of room.
A lot of folks living in a confined space. It leaves a big signature. I just hope the growing numbers don't attract more attention. Word gets to Sentinel about this place, we're in for a world of trouble.
We take them in, we leave them in the wild, same thing. Everything's a risk. At least here, I know people are getting what they need. It ain't perfect, I know, but it's the best solution I got for now.
I don't get how the drones aren't seeing you here.
Well, that's all Jericho. Set up special nets at the openings that hide us from the sensors. Cave walls, take care of the rest. It's a little smarter than I am, so I'll let you ask her if you need more technical details.
Yeah, thanks. I'll talk to you later.
See ya.
I was passing one of the ancient villages the other day.
I heard you're Queen Bee around here.
Maybe more like Mama Bear. I was raised on Aroa. Been home.
And I bet you're good at it. I'll see you around.
You be safe out there.
Yes, ma'am. How do you put up...
Oh, he's not so bad. Once you get past that prickly shell, he's the perfect teddy bear when you need a cuddle in the...
I'll leave the cuddling to you. Besides...
He just takes a little patience. We don't suffer fools out here. My husband...
Then I'll make sure I'm squared away. Fox.
What happened?
He sacrificed himself.
Damn. So much death.
So did I.
Hell, everyone liked him. He had a charm.
He was a good guy.
You know, he reminded me of Mads in a way. Too damn giving. always putting himself before others. I ain't surprised to hear he sacrificed himself. I just wish he could have asked for help, you know? Or at least thought about his daughter. It's just a damn shame. We could have
I'll
helped
see
him.
you around.
He had
You be safe
friends
out there.
here.
Yes, ma'am. Someone's gonna need to look at...
Yeah.
Got anyone in...
Well, she's close.
He's incredibly well...
Yeah. All he does is work. And he spoils her to make up for it.
I'll see you around.
That's no way to raise
You
a
be safe
child.
out there.
What
Yes,
she needs is
ma'am.
time and space to...
How are the homes...
Well, that's not so simple. Nobody's really thrilled with him, as you could have guessed.
Can't they just learn to live without the small talk?
I suppose I'll have to. People here seem to respect him more now. I guess that's what you call it. We thought he was a heartless fool before. But now... maybe he was
I'll
just
see you
naive.
around.
You can't
You
fault
be
a man
safe
for
out
that.
there.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
see that he really is dedicated. You ready for your personal tour of Erewhon?
Just don't forget to swing by the gift shop.
Never.
Bang, bang!
Now, the naval station closed down years ago. Who are these kids?
The birds and the bees, Nomad. We've got 3 generations living on this island. If I can be blunt, I don't like you soldiers being here. It puts these kids at risk. But my old man bleeds red, white, and blue, so we'll never turn our backs on you. I can sort you out if you need any gear or supplies. You and your troops can bivouac over there. If you really get to feel froggy, you can talk to Sergeant Rowan Brown. He used to be Kiwi SAS. He likes scouting around the island for those elite troops. They call themselves wolves. Rowan likes picking fights with them. And over in our war room, we're working on our own logistics. You can usually find Mads in there. There's a Celtic engineer, Jericho, hanging around. She's worried about something big on another island. You might need to bring some friends with you on that picnic. So like I said, we will never turn our backs on you, but you better not do anything to put this community in danger.
Oh, I think you've got a hunch it's already in danger. But don't worry. I'll do my best to keep all of you safe.
Let's hope it's enough.
What's the best way to customize my weapons around here?
Well, let's see. You're probably going to want a new scope, a couple of rail attachments, some bigger magazines, maybe even a new suppressor.
You know your stuff.
When we came out here, we were planning to survive.
Do you have anything you can sell me?
I don't have much, but you can take a look. I'll sell you what I can. If you need something I don't have, you can rummage through any military crates you stumble across. The more Sentinel Corp guns guarding them, the more likely you'll be interested in what they're keeping inside.
I like the way you think.
You be safe out there.
Yes, ma'am.
Later.
Hey there. That's a hell of a rig you got there.
Yeah, she's a beaut, ain't she?
This is just a little maintenance work. But yeah, we managed to set up a system of hydropower with parts printed by the 3D lab.
You printed the parts?
Pretty wild, huh? You should see the stuff Startup was putting together.
Hell, they could print much larger designs. Complex machinery, working parts, those kind of things.
Really?
This tech was invented to make the world accessible to everyone. When Sentinel took over the island, they started printing parts for their deadly drones. It ain't right.
Again with this? Look, we already know how you feel.
When I saw what they were doing with the program, I left and joined up with the Homesteaders. But hey, if you're interested, why not check out the Startup?
Where's it at?
It's called polymorph modeling. It's down in the southeastern part of Smuggler Coves, west of the swamp.
Thanks for that.
I was passing one of the ancient villages the other day. The whole thing was cleared out, empty.
3 hours yesterday.
What the hell is going on?
You said bee outbreak. Didn't know bees had outbreaks. Besides, it's not even swarming season. Well, the bee population seems stable all year. Except with that. They must take no one. Oh no, I've been working on that my whole life. I don't know. All right. Be safe out there, brother.
You too.
You're a little far from home, aren't you?
I'm here on work. This is no vacation.
You don't look like the typical tourist.
What's your story?
I came here looking for...
It sounds like we have a
I've been doing recon on those pricks for months now. They're different than regular Sentinel.
I'll have to pay them a visit.
What? You got a death wish?
Can I count you in?
Like I said, I came here looking for peace. But that doesn't mean I can't tell you where to find a fight.
I'll see you later.
Let me know when you're ready. Cool. You'll need a team, battlefield will need either bring your...
Rowan.
I guess I still...
Tell me about it.
Army, 10th...
Good. That ought to...
Can't tell who you're with, though.
We need deniability sometimes. And honestly,
You're one of...
I guess I am.
Reckon you, can't...
I could, but...
You'd have to kill me. So... Right.
Maybe we can talk about it another time. A lot of water under a lot of bridges.
No worries, brother.
I'll see you later.
Cool. The battlefield...
So, Rowan, how is it that...
you know. Classic stuff. Came to the island, found peace.
I'll see you later.
Didn't mind the neighbors until they pulled out the killer drones. Need more.
Tell me about it.
Army.
Good.
Can't tell...
We need I guess...
Reckon you...
I could...
You'd have to kill me. Right. So, where were you before?
Maybe we can talk about it another time. A lot of water under a lot of bridges.
No worries, brother.
Good. We need I guess...
Reckon you...
I could...
You'd have to kill me. Right. So, where were you before?
375. For 12 years.
A ranger. I should have known. Ran into a few of your guys in Afghanistan back in '03.
'03? I was there. Busy time.
No shit.
Oh yeah. Jumped into Kandahar in '01. Then went back in '03, '05, '06, '08, and '09.
Well, you definitely smell like a ranger.
You mean like success?
I was gonna say like crayons and sadness.
I like you, bro. Rowan, good.
Can't...
We need deny... I guess I am.
Reckon you can't tell me the name of your unit.
I could.
You'd have to kill me. Right. So, where were you before?
I was at group, then went over the fence.
Delta Force, huh? Spooky, spooky.
No one really calls it that anymore. But yeah, I did about 8 years at the unit.
Well, shit, man. We got the right guy for the job then, don't we?
Ask me again when it's over.
There ain't nothing on this island a snake eater like you can't handle.
If you've got some snakes, I'm ready to eat.
We got things a lot worse than snakes here.
Yeah. Me. Rowan, good.
Can't...
We need... I guess...
Reckon you...
I could.
You'd have to kill me. Right. So, where were you before?
I was Navy. Did a few years on the teams before joining DevGru.
SEAL, huh? Did some work with them in Baghdad, chasing the deck of cards.
I was there in '03, '06, and '08. We took down our fair share of the deck.
Glad to have you on this one.
Wish the situation on the ground was friendlier.
Don't worry. Shouldn't be nothing for a knuckle-dragger like you.
I guess we'd better get to work.
It's not gonna be easy.
The only easy day was yesterday. Good. We need... I guess I...
Reckon you...
I could.
You'd have to kill me. Right. So, where were you before?
2nd Forcon till '06. Then I helped stand up MARSOC.
A Marine, huh? Shit. I fought with you guys in Afghanistan back in '05. Tough bastards.
I was there in '05. Up in the Korangal.
Well, I'm glad you're here now.
Wish I could say the same.
Come on. I never met a Marine who wasn't up for a good fight.
You mean you never met a Marine that couldn't win a good fight?
There's gonna be a lot of fighting to do before this thing is over.
Then we'll just have to improvise, adapt, and overcome. Rowan, good. We need... I get...
Reckon...
I could...
You'd have to kill me. Right. So, where were you before?
The 2-4, Special Tactics Squadron. I'm a controller.
Air Force?
AFSOC. I was attached to TF Blue for a few years before I got picked up here. Was with Task Force 145 in '06. Hunter-killer team.
Hunter-killer, huh?
Something like that.
Good. We got lots that needs hunting and killing around here.
Just point me in the right direction and I'll take care of the rest.
I like your attitude, but this ain't gonna be easy.
Then let's pull chocks and get to work. Rowan. Good. We need to... I get...
Reckon you...
I could...
You'd have to kill me. Right. So, where were you before?
First group. 13 years.
Green Beret. I worked with a few of you boys back in Afghanistan. '02 and '03.
I was there in '01 and '02. '03 we headed out to Baghdad for some easy living.
Those mountains in Afghanistan were a bitch to fight in, weren't they?
A lot tougher than fighting all of the bureaucratic red tape stateside.
Well, if you're looking for a tough fight, you found one here.
It's just mind over matter, brother.
Hey, I don't mind.
So it don't matter. Rowan, good. We need... I guess...
Reckon...
I could...
You'd have to kill me. Right. So, where were you before?
I was at group.
Delta... Well, there ain't nothing on this island a snake eater like you can't handle. So, where were you before?
375.
A ranger?
Oh,
nope.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you definitely smell like a ranger. So, where were you before?
I was Navy. I was there.
Glad to...
Wish the situation on the ground was friendlier.
Don't worry. Shouldn't be nothing for a knuckle-dragger like you. So, where were you before?
2nd Forcon.
A Marine? Well, I'm glad you're here now.
Wish I could say the same.
Come on. I never met a Marine who wasn't up for a good fight. So, where were you before?
The 2-4.
Air Force?
AFSOC.
Hunter-killer, huh?
Something like that.
Good. We got lots that needs hunting and killing around here.
So, where were you before?
First group.
Green Beret.
I was there in '01 and '02. '03 we headed out to Baghdad.
Those mountains in Afghanistan were a bitch to fight in, weren't they?
A lot tougher than fighting all of the bureaucratic red tape stateside.
Well, if you're looking for a tough fight, you found one here. So, where were you before?
Second Fort.
A Marine.
I was there.
Well, I'm glad you're here now.
Wish I could say the same.
Come on. I never met a Marine who wasn't up for a good fight. So, where were you before?
I was Navy. Did a few years on the teams before joining
See?
I was there in '03.
Glad to have you on this one.
Wish the situation on the...
Don't worry. Shouldn't be nothing for a knuckle-dragger like you. So, where were you before?
Maybe we can talk about it another time. A lot of water under a lot of bridges.
No worries, brother.
I'll see you later.
Cool. The battlefield will need more blood. Mig.
How was it, playing both sides like that?
It's so simple for you, isn't it?
Simple isn't the word I'd use.
Do you think I was happy seeing what Sentinel was doing to my company, to Jace? Don't you think I wanted to do something to stop them? Just
So you cooperated.
staying quiet and doing my job has given me access to information that can stop Stone. If I have to be hated as the face of Skeltech in order to intervene, then so be it.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
I did what I could to
Neither was Fox. You and Jace 2 peas in a pod now?
Jace can think whatever he wants.
Can he? Was he just your boss, or...
I stood up for his employees. He was the one who left.
See you around.
Cheers.
Interesting guy, that Stone.
Stone craves power and will do anything he can to retain it. He sees it.
So he doesn't share.
He treated me better.
You seem to enjoy his generosity.
I didn't enjoy anything about him. He needed me because...
He had you tied up in a cave. I think he has a plan. See you around.
Cheers.
Were you best friends with Walker like everybody else?
He was protective of me against Stone. To a degree.
Walker hated Stone. He probably liked having you there as a thorn in Stone's side.
You don't think he cared at all?
Maybe. If Walker ever had any flaw, it's honesty.
He seized control of Skeltech. You call that honest?
Plenty of well-meaning governments have seized control of corporations. For Walker, yeah, it was honest. So what do you know about Miles?
I only met him once, and that was one time too many.
That good, huh?
Superiority complex without the intellect to back it up. Nothing more than a puppet on a string.
Question is, whose leash is he on?
Exactly. Whoever it is, they are the real threat.
Knowing that they're out there makes me feel all fuzzy inside.
You and me both.
In case nobody else asks, with Fox dead, you got an opinion on what happens to Harmony?
Harmony isn't my daughter. I know she has a mother in the US somewhere, but...
I'm just asking your opinion.
She's a good kid. And Fox was always there for me. But I'm not exactly the nurturing type. Who's been keeping an eye on her here?
Maria, Mads' wife. I don't think she's got a problem with keeping an eye on her for now. Fox never let on that you were the one sending the videos.
He probably thought he was protecting me.
We could have done more if we knew we had the woman running Skeltech in our pocket.
I took too many risks as it was.
How'd a woman like you end up with Fox anyway?
He thought I was pretty, and he made me laugh.
What is on Gollum Island? You must know.
The island was a test zone for drones. It recreated harsh weather conditions for researching the effects on mechanical components.
Sounds useful.
It was. Project Titan was launched there, but that project was always on the back burner. It was Walker who got it started again. Like its namesake, Titan became huge, leaking money like a sieve.
But you don't know what it is.
You'd have to ask Jace. He is the brain. I'm just the money.
See you around.
Cheers.
Stay safe.
You too.
Focus is my forte.
How do you fit into this whole
I was the head of the civic engineering department. Guess you could say I was...
So you had something to do with design?
Sort of. I build on top of what the New Zealand and US military started. Every culture has to do that. Build on top of existing infrastructure. The older the...
Why not just tear it up and start over?
Once you build something, like roads, you don't want to unbuild them. Plus, Skell wanted to keep all the existing structures in place as a way to preserve the island.
That seems like a...
I don't mind a challenge. That's what makes me so good at...
So I guess your roads are going to be a problem for the next person that comes here to design infrastructure.
I doubt it. By the time my roads need to be reworked, people will be flying around Aroa on jetpacks.
All of these drones must use a massive amount of power.
We use more electricity than most third world countries.
So if we pull the plug, we can shut the whole operation down.
There's no plug. The whole island is powered by a diverse, renewable power grid. There are multiple power sources, and no one source powers everything. And all the power sources are renewable. None of them need fuel.
So you built a lethal drone army and gave it unlimited power. No one thought that might be a problem.
Skell insisted our power came from environmentally friendly sources. We have the cleanest power grid on Earth. Also the most expensive. Maybe people like you are the reason Skell had to build his utopia way out here in the middle of nowhere.
How many of these renewable power sources are there?
There's a massive solar panel farm outside Liberty and wind turbines on the west coast. There are also 2 oceanic geothermal plants in the channels between the islands. Those are powered by cold water from Antarctica and warm water from the Pacific.
There must be some kind of battery where they store all the excess power.
Just north of Liberty, there's a dam. Inside are flywheel capacitors. That's where the energy is stored.
Why couldn't we just destroy the power grid? There's no way to disrupt the swarms by just smashing the electric box.
This power grid is a model for a sustainable future, and all you want to do is destroy it? Besides, you can't knock it out. It's designed to have backups for backups. Even if all that fails, we have energy stored in the flywheel capacitors. The lights are never going off on Aroa.
That's the scary thing about this World 2.0 you built. It can't be rebooted. What kind of air traffic do you get on the island?
Before the perimeter of drones made leaving the island impossible, the only people flying in or out were investors or vacationers. Okay. To be honest, we've never had much air traffic. Why do you ask?
I saw an airport earlier. We might be able to land a bird in there.
To evacuate people?
Or explore. I'm just spitballing here.
The Aroa airport near Infinity has the big runway. That's where all the international flights come in.
Any smaller airstrips? Somewhere that could land helos.
Try Liberty Airport. We use it for internal jumper flights. If you're snooping around there, just be careful. Sentinel uses both of them, so they're crawling with security.
What's with the fancy net there on Erewhon's crater?
Well, it's hardly a net, but yes, it is fancy. It's bleeding-edge, multi-layered camouflage equipment that blocks visibility with surrounding environmental patterns. More importantly, it fools the drones. It's how I keep Erewhon hidden and virtually impossible to find.
So it works the way a chameleon would, blending into the background.
A little more advanced, but yes. The fabric uses a signature management system that disrupts thermal patterns, infrared wavelengths, and radio emissions so drones can't run their recognition algorithms. It won't fool the human eye. I mean, if somebody was looking at a drone feed, they might notice something weird, but...
Nobody can check thousands of hours of video feed on Aroa.
Right. It makes hiding things from drones pretty easy. They can't respond to what they don't see. It was developed by Skeltech. Luckily, I just so happen to know how to hijack it. Now Erewhon can remain safe for at least a little while.
I like your style, Jericho. What kind of...
Before the perimeter...
I saw an air...
To evacuate people?
Or explore.
The Aroa...
Any small...
Try Liberty Airport. We use it for internal jumper flights.
I'll be seeing
you. If you're
you.
snooping around there, just be careful.
Walk me through this Titan program. It has to be a target, right?
I mean, it's a secret Skell project on Golem Island. What more do you need to know?
Any idea what they do there? What would make it a priority threat?
I don't know. You have to understand. The Jace Skell I know would have considered a killer robot beneath him. He's a genius, sure, but when I came to work for him, it was because he was revolutionizing technology. Then, after Project Amiga ramped up, the work changed. He seemed to change too.
Fine, but what was he so afraid of that super robots were the answer? Is there some major city that needs protecting against mutated fire-breathing dinosaurs?
Look, I've been asking myself that question every day since I left. If I were to hazard a guess, and this is purely speculation on my part, but I have to imagine that the program slipped into Walker's hands somehow. Maybe he and the Wolves took the lead on it. But I can't really give you any insight into fighting whatever they're making. That said, if the robots are Skells, they could eventually be the most devastating weapon this world has ever known. So yeah, I'd say they're our priority threat.
I'll see you around.
Sure, I'll be seeing you.
Before my dad died, he gave me a watch.
Nothing here. I'll keep looking. I haven't seen anything yet. Man, I've had it.
quiet as shit out there. Hey. Shit! I got it!
Carrie?
Who's asking?
Name's Nomad. Your neighbors asked me to help you. Said you might have been giving the soldiers some trouble.
And I'd do it again. The beach, it doesn't belong to them. Their operation was destroying the reef and the wildlife.
Well, I don't think they'll be coming back.
It's been ages since I've seen the beach so peaceful.
The snipers made things a bit complicated, but I think they got the message.
My dad gave me this compass. It is the most precious thing I carry with me. I'd like you to have it.
Appreciate it, but I can't take it.
No, honestly, take it. As a way to never forget what happened here. When you're lost, it'll help you find home. At least it did for me.
What are your plans?
I'll keep moving forward. That's what my
I see that. Just try to keep that temper in check.
Take care of yourself.
Hi. Relax. No need to be afraid. Hey, I'm looking for some information. I found some sort of military badge that reads AAB Typhoon 403. Does that sound familiar to you? Any idea where it came from?
I don't know much right now.
Really appreciate it. Goodbye. Hey, don't be afraid. I need more info. Can you help me?
I've already told you the truth.
Many thanks, stranger.
Something doesn't feel right. Come on. They gotta be here somewhere. Hey, leave her alone. Enemies in the area. They're out here. Nothing yet. Keep looking. Watch for targets.
What the shit? Jesus! They've destroyed us! Find them! We got no visual on them! They're gonna kill us! I'm moving! Hey! We got a casualty!
uniform. No identification. Oh, wait a minute. He's got a ring on his finger. It's the same one from Mads' photograph. This is Cal's body.
Whoa.
It takes time. Factories are getting raided every day. You worry about that. Whoa.
This is bullshit. No one's out here.
Where are your manners? Huh.
Whoa. Get out of here.
Oh, please, just stop. What do you want?
I'm not here to hurt you.
You're not with Sentinel? Those assholes. They've killed everyone.
I'm sorry, but listen. I need to know what you can make with this equipment.
With the right set of blueprints? Anything. And I mean literally anything. Ours is a prototype. It fabricates metal alloys. You just need the raw materials and it prints in any chemical configuration. The applications are limitless. Our generator could revolutionize the energy industry. The parts for the device and electricity from dirt. And that's just the beginning.
Electricity from the dirt. Or weapons from the sky. The applications could be dangerous in the wrong hands. I get it.
We were on the verge of changing everything. Those dumb soldiers took the two components the printer needs to convert the raw materials. Science finds a way to make power cheaply, and these bastards steal my equipment to make bombs and guns. If you can get those parts back, I could continue my work. It could really make a difference here.
Well, you know, protecting the fate of the world from Sentinels seems pretty important. The only question is, where am I going?
There's a port in Smuggler Coves. It shouldn't be too difficult to get to from here. The second is on a Sentinel convoy. I'll give you the route.
Oh, just slow your roll, pal. Knock it off, okay?
Hey, can't you see I'm busy?
Hey! Get the hell down, man! Contact! Contact!
Tell me more about this right now.
There's nothing left. I've told you everything.
You sons of bitches! I'm going for cover! Stay behind cover! Come on, I need a visual! I need a target, come on! I'm ready to fire. I'll kill you! We need to find them before they kill us!
I'm busy.
You're upsetting me, okay?
Leave me alone.
Just stop already.
Get out of my hair! Stop already.
Something's up. I know it. Nothing happening here. No more contact. I'll keep looking. Still looking. So far, I got nothing. Huh. Man, what was I smoking? There's nothing here.
Heads up, boys. There might be hostiles in the area.
Roger. Stand by. Ready to roll.
You're in my personal space.
Look at that, you're still alive. I can't believe you actually pulled it off. But, listen, I need one more thing.
I'm listening.
The operational blueprints for the drones. The thing is, I hate that my technology is being used to make weapons. With the blueprints, I could develop new ways to stop Sentinels' warmongering.
And where exactly do I find those blueprints? At the drone factory?
Exactly. It'll be heavily guarded, but I must have those blueprints. We're designing a city that could be deployed on Mars.
Seriously? Okay, I'll get them, but let's just focus on saving the Earth for now.
Oh.
my shots. Hostiles are close. Heads up. I'm here. What the? I got a visual on enemy fighters. Hostile is hit. Stay. Contact's gonna load your ass up.
Oh.
I love seeing the automated guns working like an elegant ballet of sheer violence.
Give me more information about this.
You heard it all. There's nothing left to tell you.
Shit! Come on, give me a target! I just need a visual and I'll make him pay! Escape! Grenade! 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 Get the fucking bitches! You're dead, asshole! Stay sharp, boys. Kill everything. Get them, goddammit! Shoot them! Just rest down! Keep your heads down! Okay, boys, let's get him! Shoot him! Stay sharp, hombres! Get those sons of bitches! on this side. Negative contact now. They could just be messing with us. Let our guard down and they hit us. Stay alert. Hey, my section's clear. Keep your eyes up. Yeah, my side's also clear. But they could still be out there. Contact! We're under attack! Wait, how straight is that? Hold up. Nothing here. I'll keep looking. Not a damn thing so far. Continuing the search. Someone's out here. I know it. I got nothing. I haven't seen anything yet. You know what? Wait, what?
anxious.
I can't believe you got everything. I owe you.
Don't mention it.
I'm gonna upload the blueprints now. Shouldn't take long. While I'm doing this, feel free to rummage around the lab. You've been a great help, and I'm sure there's plenty of rare ingredients and whatever that could help you against Sentinel.
I appreciate that. Are you gonna be okay?
Yes. I'm gonna stay with the printer, and I promise to keep hidden. Thank you again for everything.
You are annoying me.
We don't want any trouble here. And you look like trouble.
There's no freedom on Aroa anymore. You can't even walk in.
Mads, I have some bad news. Cal didn't make it.
I figured as much. Any idea what did him in?
Looks like he got into a shootout with a Russian. His body was stripped of its uniform and its identification. Had to identify him by his ring.
Damn. Cold War was never as cold as they made it out. Well, at least he went out fighting. Better than malaria as far as things go.
Seems like your friend Cal had his first
by then.
Will do.
Before my dad died, he gave me a watch.
That's not good.
I was wondering, you know the jungle so well.
When you come around that corner, it's all blockaded off.
I'll see you. Sure. I'll be seeing you.
know how to cover their tracks was a liability to all of us.
You're right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Look, here's what I can do. If I end up out that way on a supply run or something, I'll drop in to see if I can find you.
You do that? Oh, you're the best.
Oh, sure. I'll be seeing you.
It's okay. I know how much your dad meant to you.
You had any trouble with the roadblocks?
No, thank God, but I heard a bunch of us are trapped on the far side.